show right now. Yogesh, great to have you on the show. Firstly, shed some light on the particulars of the deal that you've just recently struck.
So as you know, the GLP-1s, they are the hottest products right now. They are exploding globally. We have not seen the product like this, the demand for any product like this historically. So already the Semaglutide, which is GLP-1, which is the Ozempic, for which we have signed the licensing agreement with Biocon, globally already it is a $26 billion. And Mounjaro, which is the product from Eli Lilly, that is about $30 billion. So already the market is about $55 billion, growing at a very fast pace. It's growing 15 to 18% per year. We expect that in 5 years, this GLP-1 would become almost $100 billion product globally. So that's where that's the size of the market. We are very excited about this in-licensing deal, which we have signed with Biocon, where we will be taking this semaglutide, a generic Ozempic, into the 26 countries. For 23 countries, Ajanta has the exclusive sales and marketing rights. And for 3 countries, it is a semi-exclusive, which means Biocon can either promote themselves or out-license to one more company. So 26 countries out of 30 countries, 35 countries where Ajanta operates in, we've got a licensing deal. So we are very, very excited to take this product to the emerging markets where Ajanta has a lot of strengths.
Oh, indeed. This pact with Biocon for semaglutide is indeed big news. But Yogesh, help us understand the payment structure for this deal. Any upfront cash outlay, tiered payments, profit-sharing agreements with Biocon? What will be the timing on these?
The commercial terms are confidential, which I am not able to share with you. It is a mix of the milestone payments, and then there are certain more ways it has been structured. So I think I'm not able to share more color on that.
Okay, and if you could expand a little bit more on these 26 countries that you're talking about, some of where you have exclusive rights, which countries are going to be seeing the launch earlier than others? What is the strategy here and what is the rollout plan?
So as I mentioned, 26 countries Ajanta will be taking the product. Just to give you context, we have 2,000 medical representatives outside of India in the emerging markets, which are spread across Africa, Middle East, Central Asia, and Southeast Asia. So out of the field size of Ajanta's field size of 5,600, almost 2,000 we have spread across in these markets. So that is where Ajanta has the reach and Ajanta has the scale. We are going to start filing the dossiers in the quarter starting April of the FY27. We expect some approvals to start coming in at the end of the year, but most approvals should start coming in the FY28. And FY28, FY29 should be the year for the ramp up and launching these products across in the different countries as we get the regulatory approvals.
Yogesh, what could be the possible quantum of this opportunity? How large is the market for Ajanta? Specifically, since the launch will be seen after semaglutide patent expires in March 2026. And, generics will be entering the market before you.
As I mentioned, already $55 billion market. In 5 years from now, it should be $100 billion globally. Some of these countries where we are operating, there are no IQR data equivalent. But our assessment is that the market is hundreds of $millions. And that is considering that there is only the originator which is selling the product at a high price. This being a highly complex product, we believe that this would be a limited competition product. It requires a dedicated manufacturing facility. It requires a pen, which is a medical device, which is a very sophisticated instrument, which only a handful of companies have that capability to get the approval. So we feel that it should remain a limited competition product. And once we come in and few more generics launch the product in the markets we are present in, the prices will be coming down. With that, we feel the market should even expand further. So the opportunity we see is quite sizable, very, very sizable. And with the launch of generics, I think the market should even further expand more and the access should be even more wider.
Okay, And Yogesh, help us understand, will you be employing a pricing-led strategy then to be competitive in the market once the prices are lower? Or will the strategy not be to compete on price? Would it be other metrics that you would be focusing on? What is the plan?
No, we don't compete on the price. We don't believe price alone is the factor on which the product can be sold. What I'm saying is, if there is an originator, the product is in the patent, so 26 product will start going off patent in different countries in different months. So naturally, when the generics come, they price the product lower than the originator. So once the product is priced lower than the originator, affordability becomes even more higher. So that is where we see the volume expansion growth. Once the generic companies come in, the price will reduce. The price will become, for the generic companies, will be less than the originator. And that is where I think the market expansion should happen more.
Yogesh, the other thing, of course, is, the impact on your company's broader strategy, because, one would question mainly if this transaction is a one-off, or does it really, sort of signal your broader push into GLP-1s or peptide therapies?
No, Ajanta, we are a specialty company in India. We operate in very special limited therapeutic segments. We are very strong in cardiology, diabetology, ophthalmic, dermatology. We have recently entered into the gynecology and nephrology. So with this, we are present in the limited, the special therapeutic segments. Similarly, in the emerging markets also, we have presence in all these therapeutic segments. So in fact, this fits perfectly into the strategy where we have a very strong diabetic footprint in India as well as in the emerging markets. And it's a perfect synergy. In fact, it is the perfect match of the strengths between Biocon and Ajanta, where they have extremely sound technical capabilities, very good product, high quality product, and a high quality dossier having all the data and studies done, which is required to get the approval in these countries. So it fits perfectly into the strategy of Ajanta. And I think there is a lot of synergy in this entire in-licensing deal.
Okay, and Yogesh, while we're talking about in-licensing, help us understand how do you strike a balance between these in-licensing opportunities versus your own internal pipeline development? Will licensing be given more importance than your internal development right now or your own pipeline of products?
There is no conflict between our internal pipeline and this product. Our internal R&D program continues. We keep launching new products every year in all our markets, whether in India, emerging markets, or US market. So that will continue at its own pace. This is not one over the other. They will coexist. And we feel that we launch number of products in all our market. So this will be one important product which will be launching in coming years in all our countries. So it will be a perfect synergy. It will give a great push to our existing strength which we have.
Okay, Yogesh, that's big news, and congratulations once again for this pact with Biocon. Okay, that's Ajanta Pharma. On Wednesday itself, the stock held out quite smartly, was holding up 2.5%. But Rajesh, anything within pharma which looks like a good trade to you, including Ajanta, of course?
So definitely Ajanta Pharma looks good to us. If we see technically on Monday, we had seen a head and shoulder price pattern breakout. And as per the pattern targets, we are expecting a positional targets of around 2880 to 2950 levels. So bias is positive. The breakout levels around 2675 to 2650 is what we are expecting any dip towards it to get bought into.
Okay, but shifting focus from that, let's talk about Titan. We've just had an announcement from them where they've put a notice out on the exchanges